Good afternoon and welcome from Oak Hill High School. Steve Stricker here with Ashley Moore. How you doing, Ash?
I'm good. Excited for this game.
Glad you could make it over here from, well, your kids go here to Oak Hill.
Yes.
Just live over a little ways away there in Marion. So glad you could make it over here. Glad everybody could join us tonight for our round one game here for Lewis Cass taking on your Rochester Lady Zebras. It's the IHSAA softball sectional number 37, Class 2A. This is game number one of two here this evening. Game number two is going to feature Manchester taking on Whitco. The game one, game two winners will take the field tomorrow night at 5 p.m., followed by Wabash and Oak Hill tomorrow night at 7 p.m. So the Zebras come into tonight's contest with a 10-9 overall record. They finished the TRC at 6-3, and it's going to be a matter of who wants this game more. Both teams pretty even on the score sheet.
Yes.
Lewis Cass comes in with a 7-17 record, 0-9 in their conference, but they picked up some nice wins over the course of the season.
Yeah, the 7 wins they do have, they're quality wins. They've got the win against Oak Hill, who's in the sectional field, and I believe Oak Hill's only lost maybe 4 games total, as well as beating Logansport. They played Pioneer tough. So they've got some quality wins, and then they have the 2 Division I recruits in the Silcox twins.
Yeah, looking down their schedule, they defeated Logansport back on the 8th of May. They beat Lafayette Catholic on the 10th of May, and then they beat Delphi on the 11th. So they had a nice little stretch there in the early part of May. They finished the season with a split over at North Miami.
Yes.
North Miami, another very good team. They beat them in game one 6-3, then lost by 1-0.
Right.
That's the only common opponent between Rochester and Lewis Cass. Rochester, of course, lost that very tough game in the last inning, 3-2 to North Miami. So, yeah, we'll see what happens here. I talked to Coach Musselman for the Lady Zebras. He's, ready to go. This is a beautiful facility here at Oak Hill.
Yes, it is.
It is turf. So if you've not played on the turf before, but the good thing for Rochester, the last 2 of their last 3 games, or actually all 3 of their last 3 games have been on turf.
Oh, that's definitely going to slant in their favor.
Yeah,
then.
They were here on Friday as the Northfield game against Rochester got moved down here.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
And then they played 2 at Northwestern on Saturday, and those were, of course, both on turf. So that might field a little bit of advantage as it is different surface to play on. You're all grass or all turf versus your normal infield of dirt and then the grass.
Right.
So if you want to, let's get the starting lineups. You can go ahead and read through those if you want.
Yeah.
The Cass Kings will be the visitors tonight, so the Zebras will get the last at bats. Oh, they're going to do the national anthem, so we'll get the starting lineups here as soon as the anthem finishes for you.
All right, for the Cass Kings, batting first, Hannah Young, playing left field, Maddie Dormer, Pitching, Kinsey Silcox at third, Kaylin Silcox batting cleanup at shortstop, Kaylee Williams catching, Paxton Hicks first base, Riley Holt second, JC Grimm right field, and then rounding out the lineup, Katie Cornell at DP and Skylar Schultz playing center field, and she's the flex player. For Rochester, batting first, Macy Brown, who is the pitcher, Delaney Chips at second, Charlie Pocock at third, Allie, is it Borges?
Yep, Allie Borges.
Catching, batting cleanup, Carly Beeler at shortstop, Maya Musselman at center, Carly Blackburn, DP, Emily Hughes first, and Ashley Overmeyer in right field, and the flex player, Chloe Harris.
All right, so the King's going to be up to bat here first. Macy Brown in the circle for the Zebras here tonight. She's pitched pretty good throughout the season for Rochester. So we'll see how they get going here. First up is going to be Hannah Young, your left fielder. All right, first pitch in, and it's a ball. So we are underway here from Oak Hill High School. There's a slap up the middle. Musselman underneath it for out number one. So good start for the Zebras, 2 pitches, and they retire the first batter. So coming up here, number 30 for Lewis Cass, Madison Dormer, a freshman. There's a slap. That's going to be trouble off of third base. It's foul territory, so it's going to be strike one. That was right there in that kind of no man's land. The third baseman trying to go backwards.
Yeah, that's a tough play.
0-1 to count here to Dormer. Misses high on that. Ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Just underway here from Oak Hill High School with the Class 2A Sectional 37. They're going to say she held back on that. It looked like she almost presented for that slap attempt. It was foul? Okay, so that was a foul ball. So now with that ball, it goes to 2-2. I can't hear it up here, so it's hard to tell the foul. That one's going to be in the dirt. Count is going to go full 3-2 here for Dormer. Silcox on deck here. Struck her out, so Rochester has retired the first 2 batters, bringing up Kinsey Silcox. With 2 down here in the top of the first, she hits one into shallow center. Musselman coming in, and shortstop can't make the play there. A little miscommunication possibly. So Silcox is on, and her sister's next.
Yes, Kaylin Silcox bats cleanup.
So 1 on, 2 outs here in the top of the first for the Kings. Kaylin Silcox. Brown misses on that, ball 1. Gets that one in there for a strike. The wind is blowing in. That's why you've seen the first couple balls hit up in the air, and that's going to knock those down in a hurry.
And the wind has progressively gotten stronger today, so you can see the flags really blowing in towards us.
That one just misses
Yes.
for ball 3. So 3 balls, 1 strike here to Silcox. Kaylee Williams, another freshman on deck. There's a shot. It should be playable there in the shallow right. And that wind just pushed that thing way out of, originally it looked like it was going to be in fair territory, and the wind pushed it clear off over into foul territory. Ashley Overmeyer unable to come in and make that catch. Full count now for Silcox, 3-2. That's going to be foul out of play. So count remains 3-2 here for Silcox. Kind of overcast here this afternoon, wind, and it's chilly outside. There's a shot. She's going to go the other way with that one. Shoots one off of right field, and then that one goes out off of left field. So see if Silcox can straighten that out. Count remains 3-2 here. 2 down. Grounder over to short. Play over to first in time to retire the side. So 1 hit, 1 error, 1 left on after a half of an inning. The score remains Lewis Cass 0, Rochester 0. We will be back here with the bottom of the first here with the Zebras coming up in just a moment on RTC TV4.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors.
Enyards True Value and Rental is your local one-stop shop for all of your home improvement and party rental needs. Let our friendly and knowledgeable staff help you with your next project or event. Enyards True Value and Rental of Rochester. Stay connected with the fastest internet speeds available with RTC Fiber Communications. Voice, data, and video connectivity for the 21st century. Local service, local support, local investment. Online at rtc1.com.
Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
All right, welcome back here to Oak Hill High School. Steve Stricker, Ashley Moore here with you this afternoon. The Zebras able to get out of the first inning. Lewis Cass, no score.
Yes.
One runner did get on with an error at short, but retired the side pretty clean. So nice top of the first for the Zebras.
Definitely a good start for them.
So coming up here in the bottom, Macy Brown going to be leading off with Delaney Chips and Charlie Pocock, your first 3 batters here for the Zebras. Macy Brown going to Oakland University to play softball. She's just a junior, though. She starts off, she can slap pretty good from the left side. So let's see if she can get the Zebras started off with a runner. First pitch misses outside. The pitcher is Maddie Dormer for Lewis Cass. Dormer misses inside on that one. 2 balls, no strikes to Brown. Dormer, one of the shorter pitchers that you'll see, pretty diminutive, but throws the ball well. Still trying to find the strike zone here early. 3-0 count to Brown with Delaney Chips waiting on deck. Gets that one in for strike 1. 3 balls, 1 strike.
And Dormer is just a freshman, too.
Really? That one goes foul out of play for strike 2, so 3-2 now to Brown. Just underway here in the bottom of the first from Oak Hill High School. And Brown takes the walk, so the leadoff hitter is aboard for the Zebras, bringing up Delaney Chips. Chips is a sophomore here for the Zebras. She's batting 164, has 69 plate appearances here. And Chips takes the first one for a ball. Inside on that, so 2-0 here for Chips. So the Zebra hitters able to get up in the count.
Yes.
Both hitters so far. Brown was 3-0, Chips is 2-0. There's a shot over to third, play over to first in time, but that pushes Brown over to second. So Chips goes down, but she pushes Brown over. And that's going to bring up the number 3 hitter, Charlie Pocock, a junior for the Lady Zebras. She's batting .327 on the season, has 64 plate appearances, 17 hits. A little change up there, and it's going to be a foul, so no balls, 1 strike. Dormer able to get ahead on Pocock. Coach Beeler in the box there, coaching first base. There's a shot. It's going to be in the shallow left, and the catch is made. Brown's going to have to stay at second, as that was not deep enough to move her over. So 2 down now. Brings up Allie Borges. Yeah.
Yes.
There's a shot into center. That could be trouble. That's over. Borges with the home run. That, with this wind blowing in like that.
That was a heck of a shot.
My goodness, and it didn't look like she just overly tried to overpower that or anything. But quickly, the Zebras, with that one swing from Allie Borges, get on the board. And brings up Carly Beeler now with 2 down, and the Zebras with the 2-0 lead. I'm still a little amazed that ball made it out here. I was outside. That wind is blowing very hard in.
It really didn't look like it. It was a well-hit ball, but it didn't look like it was going out. So very well done for Borges.
Inadvertently taking another look at that. I'd hit the wrong button there. Sorry. But you got to see that again. So 2 strikes here to Beeler.
Ground ball to third, and throw is in time.
Gets the third out, but the home run by Borges gets the Rochester Lady Zebras on the board after 1. Rochester leads Lewis Cass by a score of 2-0. We'll be back here in just a moment with the top of the second. You're watching Rochester Lady Zebras softball here on RTC TV4.
This broadcast brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Enjoy the game with an ice-cold Coke. Locally owned and operated since 1907, Coca-Cola Bottling Company of Kokomo proudly supports 28 high schools in north central Indiana. Our starting lineup of brands are sure to keep you hydrated on the sidelines and at home. Coca-Cola Bottling Company of Kokomo. RTC TV4 thanks you for watching tonight's broadcast. Sponsorship and advertising opportunities are available, and free production is included with every sponsorship package. If you are seeing this, then your customers are seeing it too. RTC TV4. See for yourself. Please support the local sponsors who make this production possible.
All right, welcome back here, starting the bottom of, or the top of the second. Kaylee Williams up to bat here. So 2 balls, 1 strike here. Sorry about that. Had a little glitch there on that transition. So 3-1 here to Williams, leading off the top of the second. And Williams is going to walk, so the leadoff batter is on for the Kings. And that's going to bring up number 23, Paxton Hicks, a sophomore for the Kings. We have no outs. Runner on first here in the top of the second. Swing and a miss, strike 1 to Hicks. Change up, and she got her swinging for strike 2. That was a beaut. Hicks way out ahead of that changeup by Brown.
Yes.
No balls, 2 strikes. That one's going to bounce off the turf. I think slipped out of her hand
Yeah,
a little early there.
Definitely the release looked off on that one.
I emailed him like 2 hours ago, and he said yes, he would be there. Probably in the upper gym.
So the count 2-2 here. And a strikeout gets her swinging for strike 3. So 1 out. And that's going to bring up number 7, Riley Holt, a sophomore. She holds off the changeup. 1 ball, no strikes here to Holt. Williams on first. Brown gets that one in for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike now to Holt. That was going to be dribbler to short. That's going to be trouble. And that's going to put runners on first and second for Lewis Cass. Bringing up number 1, J.C. Grimm, a junior. They're calling it a base hit down there. They're going to say that if she had fielded it cleanly, that it wasn't a playable out. So Lewis Cass trying to make up some ground. They're down 2-0 after the first inning. They got runners at first and second. Brown gets that first one in for a strike. The bunt laid down nicely. Brown's going to field it over to first. They get the out, but it moves runners over to second and third. So the sack bunt.
That was a nice looking bunt though, coming off of there. Good play by Brown.
So Katie Cornell, another junior, up to bat here with 2 down, runners at second and third. First pitch in there for a strike from Brown. That one's going to be fouled back into the net. 0-2 quickly here. I don't have stats for Lewis Cass. They didn't have anything on Max Preps.
That.
So I'm giving you batting averages for the Zebras. That's because they put them on there. Just missed.
Yes.
Just missed. 1 ball, 2 strikes here.
Okay, I need somebody now.
That one a little bit farther outside, so 2-2.
Okay.
So Brown doesn't want to lose her here after
No.
starting off 0-2. That one's fouled back up to the net. Count stays at 2-2. There's a shot. That's going to be foul out of play off of first base line. Cornell fighting here to stay alive with 2 strikes. Count's going to go full. Brown misses inside. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Trying to avoid loading the bases up. Number 2, Hannah
definitely.
Young on deck for the Kings. Oh, a swing.
Oh, she went.
They got to go down to first with the drop on the 2 outs. And the Zebras able to get out of a little pickle.
Yes.
Lewis Cass leaves 2 on the board. So we'll take a break, come back with the bottom of the second here in just a moment on RTC TV4.
Smith Farm Stores has everything you need for your home and your farm, both inside and out. We are your local Steel, Skag, and Simplicity dealer, offering a full-service center with a certified technician on site. Smith Farm Stores offers a wide variety of household appliances, including top-brand refrigerators, washing machines, and dryers. We are also a full-service paint center, offering on-site color matching and more. Stop by today or check us out online. Smith Farm Stores, everything you need and more.
All right, welcome back here to Oak Hill High School, where we're getting set for the Zebras portion of inning number 2. And Ashley, they got out of a bit of a pickle
Yes,
there in the top.
Did. Definitely on that strikeout with the ball in the dirt. So definitely a little bit of a gift there, but
Well, they
gets
had
them out of it. And we've got Maya Musselman coming up first.
So misses on the first pitch here. Maya is a sophomore. That's going to be strike 1. Well, her stats didn't print out. She got cut off being number 32. There it is, 458 batting average for Musselman. Count at 1 ball, 1 strike here. We're getting started with the bottom of the second. Steve Stricker with Ashley Moore here from Oak Hill High School. And there's a slap down the first base line, and the tag is made. So she couldn't outrun the ball. Nice play there by the first baseman of the Kings. Retires Musselman for out number 1. Going to bring up Carly Blackburn, a sophomore batting 176 in 16 games, has 43 plate appearances and 6 hits on the season. There's a shot that's going to knuckle off first base, foul territory. Catch is made for out 2. So 2 up, 2 down. Brings up the freshman Emily Hughes, first baseman for the Zebras. She's batting 182, played in 18 games. Has 18 hits and 50 plate appearances for the Zebras. I got to see quite a bit of the Zebras softball this year, and Hughes, coming in as a freshman. There's a shot over to third, and the stretch, able to get back on and get the third out. So the Zebras go 1, 2, 3 here in the bottom of the second, still after 2. Rochester leads 2-0. We're going to take a break, come back here with the top of the third in a moment here on RTC TV4.
This is Oldview. And this is Now You.
Clive wears his fire hat and coat in the rain.
things change. Your insurance should too. Talk to an Indiana Farm Bureau insurance agent. And now you can stop knocking on wood.
Yeah.
All right, welcome back here to Oak Hill High School. Rochester went down pretty quick there in the bottom of the second. I was trying to figure up, I think, Ashley only threw maybe 6 or 7 pitches.
Yeah, it wasn't much.
So back to the top of the lineup. That's going to be fouled back, out of play for strike one. So Hannah Young, the leadoff hitter, leading off here in the top of the third for the Kings.
And she flew out to center field in her first appearance.
Was she slapping the first time? Was she on the left side? I don't remember.
I believe she was on the left side, yeah. Yeah, she was slapping.
Okay. That one's in for a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. That one's shot over to third. Play not going to be in time. So the leadoff hitter is on for Lewis Cass once again. It's going to bring up Dormer. They're going to call that an E5.
Brings up the pitcher, Dormer.
First one in for a strike to Dormer. She struck out her first time up.
Yes.
There's a shot into left, should be playable out there. The wind moves it around, but the catch made out there in left field. Good job by Harris out in left. So that brings up Kenzie Silcox. Coach Musselman's going to call a little timeout here. He's going to talk over the strategy here with the 2 Silcox sisters getting set to bat with 1 down and 1 on. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page.
Yeah, absolutely.
Rochester 7-6 in the 2016 sectional, and the Silcoxes were freshmen. Now they're seniors. That was the last game of Becky Malco and Alexa Holland's high school career.
Oh, wow.
That was a big upset, and Lewis Cass wound up winning the regional that year. They went all the way to semi-state.
That one's going to be a strike on pitch number 1. Changeup falls in low. 1 ball, 1 strike. High on that one. 2 balls, 1 strike here to Silcox. Kenzie on in the batter's box, and her sister Caitlin on deck.
She fouls that one to the third base dugout. And we have a full count.
Sorry, forgot to change the inning, everybody at home. There's a shot. It's going to be in foul territory, but that would have been trouble right there.
Yes, it would have.
She could have kept that one fair. So the count remains 3-2 to Silcox. We are in the top of the third inning, even though I said bottom of 1 on the screen there. I apologize for that. It's been such an exciting game, I forgot to change the innings.
Right.
1 down here in the top of the third. There's a changeup. Nice play by Brown. She's going to go to 2. They're going to try for 1, but not in time, so they get the lead runner on the fielder's choice. So good job there by Brown going back and getting the runner at second for the second out. It's going to bring up number 24, Kaylin Silcox, with her sister on first. There's a shot in the gap. It's going to be a base hit for Kaylin. So runners at first and second. We got Silcox's on first and second, bringing up number 9, Kaylee Williams.
And her first time up, she walked.
Brown gets that one in for strike one. 2 down here in the top of the third for the Kings with runners on first and second. Changeup just misses high. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Fouls that one out of play.
Count goes to 1 and 2 for Williams. Misses on that one. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 down and 2 on. Whole bunch of 2s.
Yes.
Just misses
Yeah,
high.
that was close.
Yeah. So count goes full here for Williams. We saw it in the top of the second, full count with runners on second, third. And that one just misses as well. So Williams again walks, and it's going to bring up Paxton Hicks. She struck out her first at-bat here for the Kings. Kings are being patient. They're really waiting for Brown to throw a strike.
Yeah,
so
they definitely are. They're not going chasing junk, that's for sure.
there's a big swing and a miss for strike one. That was a nice pitch by Brown,
Yes,
getting that
it
one
was.
past her. So 1 ball, 1 strike here. Bases are loaded for the Kings. So the Zebras in a bit of a pickle here. See if they can get out again. Strike 2. So Brown gets ahead in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Hicks. Hicks just a sophomore here for the Kings. Change up in the dirt. Well, not in the dirt, in the carpet. No dirt here. 2-2 here to Hicks. That one's fouled back right into the netting.
Yes.
Change up, it's in the air. And, it hits the railing. So good attempt there by Beeler, but comes up and dead ball as it hit the railing of the bleachers. Beeler kind of, in attempting to make that play, she hit the wall there and must have boogered up her hand a little bit.
Yeah.
But seems to be okay. She's a senior. She's not going to go out.
No.
They'll have to cart her off if before she goes out of the game. So the count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and the Zebras are able to get out of an even bigger pickle here in the top of the third. The Kings leave the bases loaded, and the Zebras get out of the inning after 2.5. The score remains Rochester 2, Lewis Cass 0. We're going to take a break and come back with the bottom of the third here in just a moment on RTC TV4.
RTC cable subscribers. Now you can watch your favorite cable networks wherever you are on your phone, tablet, or computer. Just log on to www.watchtveverywhere.com. Enter your RTC account information and sign up to watch TV everywhere. Live sports, videos on demand, and more, all for free with your RTC cable subscription. Watch TV Everywhere, another great service from RTC.
All right, welcome back here to beautiful Oak Hill High School and tonight's game 1 of the sectionals here for softball. Sectional 37, Class 2A. After 2.5 innings, Rochester holds the lead by a score of 2-0. And coming up to start off the bottom of the third for the Zebras is the senior Ashley Overmeyer. Is this her first at bat? Still her first at bat. There's a shot. It's going to be foul out of play off of the left field line for strike 1 to Overmeyer. That one's going to be low, I think.
Yes.
Ball 1.
In the dirt carpet.
The dirt. Swing and miss. Overmeyer, strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
I don't think she really was committed to swinging at that.
Yeah. A little late on that one. And that's going to be a strikeout. Overmeyer goes down swinging for out number 1. And we're back to the top of the order with Macy Brown.
And she walked on her first at bat and then scored on the Borges home run.
One ball, no strikes to Brown. There's a slap, and it's going to be out of play, foul ball, strike 1. One ball, 1 strike to Brown. 1 out here in the bottom of the third. Slap, that's a nice play at short, over to first in time for the out. So great play by the shortstop from Lewis Cass. Kenzie Silcox. Of course, you'd expect that from your senior going to be playing D1 ball.
Exactly, yes.
So she gets out number 2. And that brings up Delaney Chips. That one misses for ball 1. Chips grounded out to third. Her first at bat. That one misses outside. 2 balls, no strikes for Chips. Three-0 to Chips.
Yes.
Charlie Pocock on deck for the Zebras. And Chips walks on 4 pitches. So 1 on with 2 down here for Pocock. She flew out to left field, her first at bat. Bottom of the first. Allie Borges on deck. She's the reason the Zebras have a 2-0 lead with the big home run in the top or the bottom of the first. One ball, no strikes here to Pocock. Misses low on that for ball 2. So Dormer having a little trouble here
Yes.
finding the strike zone with the last 2 batters. 3 balls, no strikes here to Pocock. Able to get that one across in the strike zone. Of course, Pocock with a 3-0 count. She's going to be taking that all day long.
Oh, absolutely.
3 balls, 1 strike, 1 on, 2 down here in the bottom of the 3rd, and that's going to be a walk. So runners at first and second for the home run hitter, Allie Borges. See if she can recreate her magic she had in the bottom of the 1st. Now with 2 on this time. Well, she's trying. That was a solid hit ball, just a little ahead of it, so it's going to be strike 1. Making solid contact here tonight.
Yes, that was straight. It could have been an issue.
And
Coach wants to talk it over a little bit
here.
Yeah,
he doesn't want to have a repeat of his what happened in the 1st, and he saw how she really got a hold of that first pitch. So we'll see if it's just a conversation or if they're going to switch things up here.
And Cass's coach is actually John Silcox, which is the Twins' dad.
Okay.
So a whole little family affair out there.
All right, so the conversation is over. No balls, 1 strike here to Borges. Change-up misses. No, late call on that.
Yes.
I thought he was going to say it was outside, but he calls that strike, so no balls, 2 strikes. So Allie's going to have to protect the plate. There's a solid shot, but that's going to tail off. And the catch made in foul territory for out number 3. So the Zebras leave 2 stranded here in the bottom of the 3rd. We're going to go to the top of the 4th with Lewis Cass coming to bat. It's still Rochester 2, Lewis Cass 0. After 3, we'll be back here in just a moment on RTC TV4.
First Federal Savings Bank has provided mortgage loans for over 50 years.
We're now offering commercial loans to support our local businesses.
We offer business loans for real estate, equipment, lines of credit, and investments. We also offer Simply Free business checking for all your banking needs.
Contact Lindy Breeden, our business lending expert, to take the worry out of your business banking.
And remember, we don't want to be the biggest bank, just the best bank.
Hey, welcome back here to Oak Hill High School. We're getting set for the top of the 4th. Steve Stricker with Ashley Moore this afternoon, and the Zebras holding on to a 2-0 lead. Got that off of the bat of Allie Borges in the bottom of the 1st with the 2-run home run, and have been able to hold serve so far against the Kings.
Yeah, Rochester has been able to work themselves out of a couple of pickles the past 2 innings.
Well, they got themselves into a big pickle in the top of the 3rd. Top of the 2nd, they left 2.
Yep.
And the top of the 3rd, they had the bases loaded and were able to get out of that. So see if they can get out of this inning a little bit easier here.
Yes.
So leading off is Kylie Holt, the number 7 hitter for Lewis Cass. Fouls that one back into the fence. 1 ball, 1 strike. Is that right, number 7? Or is she number 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, number 7.
Yeah.
Kind of an overcast day here. This is game 1. There's a shot. Playable at second. Can she get the throw over?
Catch.
Not in. That's
that was a good stop, though, for the second baseman. Chips.
She made a great play to make the stop, but on her butt, unable to make the throw over to first. So Holt gets on, and that brings up Grimm. She grounded back to the pitcher in her first at bat. Takes that one for ball one. There's a shot into center. Should be playable for Musselman out there for out number one, holding the runner at first base. So one down brings up Katie Cornell for the Kings. One on.
She struck out her first time at bat.
That one's popped up. Should be playable easily by Brown. Out number two. So good series of a couple outs there for the Zebras. And back up top to Hannah Young, her third time through. She flew out to center and reached on a error.
Yes.
Looking to slap, and that one's going to be low for ball one. That one should be playable. That's going to be, who's going to go for it? And then that's going to drop in foul territory. That one really tailed out.
Yeah,
I said
think
it
the
should be
wind
playable.
caught it. Yeah, and it kind of went in that weird spot where it's tough for the infield, it's tough for the outfield to get to.
Left fielder's coming in, but it's tailing away from her, and the shortstop unable to get over there. There's a grounder back to short, and not going to be able to make the play there. See what they call on that. It looked like it might have been a bobble, so maybe an E6. So that puts runners at first and second for the pitcher, Dormer. Dormer gets the foul ball on strike one.
And Dormer struck out her first time and then flew out to left field.
So as we said, this is game one of the sectional here at Oak Hill High School. That's a ball. Game two coming up after the conclusion of this one is going to be Manchester taking on Whitco. And the winners of these two games will meet tomorrow night at 5 p.m. here at Oak Hill. That's foul back, out of play for strike two. Game two tomorrow will feature Wabash taking on the host Oak Hill at 7 p.m. And then the two winners of those games will meet in the championship game here. That one's shot, and let's see what the wind does to it. Playable and out number three. So again, the Kings leave two on. And the Zebras able to get out of the top of the fourth after 3.5. Stays Rochester 2, Lewis Cass nothing. We'll be back here in a moment on RTC TV4.
At Co-Alliance, we understand the importance of community. After all, we've been farmer-owned since the 1920s. And now that we're a part of your community, we want to become your total agronomy solutions provider. Co-Alliance offers the latest in ag technology for your operation. From field scouting and fertilizers to premium seed and precision agriculture, we can help take your operation to the next level. Put the resources of your local cooperative to work. Contact Co-Alliance today.
All right, welcome back here to Oak Hill High School. Steve Stricker with Ashley Moore, and we were just doing the stats here. Lewis Cass has left 8 runners on through 4 innings, and that's going to be a tough one to get when you leave that many runners. So Zebra's been able to pull themselves out of a couple pickles last 2 innings alone. They've left 7.
Yes.
So Rochester getting fortunate, and Lewis Cass, unfortunately for them, have not been able to get those guys across the plate. So Zebras come up here in the bottom of the fourth, leading 2-0.
And we have a new pitcher for the Kings, Paxton Hicks.
Okay. So Dormer made it through 3. Hicks is going to come in. Carly Beeler is going to lead things off here for the Zebras in the bottom of the fourth. Hicks gets the first one in there for a strike. Hicks is a sophomore, so they're moving their way up the line there.
Right.
Had a freshman start, a sophomore here coming in. She misses on that, so 1 ball, 1 strike here to the senior Beeler. That one's fouled out of play.
Beeler grounded out her first time up to third base.
Maya Musselman on deck for the Zebras. Beeler holds off on that one. 2 balls, 2 strikes. With 2 strikes, that was a tough one to hold back on.
Yes, definitely.
But that's the senior. That one hits the dirt. Count goes full. In the bottom of the 4th here at Oak Hill with the Lady Zebras leading 2-0 over the Lewis Cass Kings. And she protects, keeps that one alive, fouls it off, keeps her at bat alive.
Yeah. Yes.
Count stays full, 3-2. Another one fouled off. If nothing else, she's getting to see a lot of pitches, and she's making the new pitcher Hicks throw a lot of balls.
Absolutely.
Giving Musselman a lot of time over there to kind of get the rhythm down, and then she's going to take the walk. So a great at-bat there by the senior Beeler. And the leadoff runner is on for the sophomore Maya Musselman. Coach Beeler over there talking to his daughter, giving her instructions there at first base. Third base coach daughter Maya Musselman up on in the batter's box for the Zebras. Little slap. They're gonna. Oh, they're going to call her safe at first. So the delay there by the shortstop, thought she was going to go to 2. And it gave Musselman time to get on. So first 2 runners on for the Zebras. Still no outs here in the bottom of the 4th. It's going to bring up Carly Blackburn for the Zebras. Flight out to first. She's showing bunt. Nice bunt. That's a nice bunt. Going to move the runners over. Great sacrifice bunt there by Blackburn. Moves the runners over to second and third. That is exactly what Coach wanted her to do. It's going to bring up the freshman Emily Hughes. Hughes grounded out to third. That one's across for strike 1. Got 1 down here in the bottom of the 4th. Runners at second and third. Beeler on third and Musselman on second for the Zebras. Ashley Overmeyer on deck for Rochester. There's a little slap. Play at the plate, not in time. The run scores and the runner is safe, so runners at the corner. Zebras tack on 1. Brings up Ashley Overmeyer. Still 1 out. Hughes on first. Musselman on third for the Zebras. High inside, misses ball 1. She struck out.
Struck out, yes.
Strike 1 there on that pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike. That's foul tipped. 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Overmeyer. Still just 1 down here in the bottom of the 4th. Zebras with 1 run across, looking for more. That one's fouled back to the screen. Stays 1-2. I guess the big difference in the game, obviously, the Zebras able to move the runners across the plate, whereas the Kings have not.
Another foul.
The other senior for Rochester, Overmeyer, able to keep her at bat alive. And you saw that was big with Beeler. She made her throw a lot of pitches and then ends up taking the walk. Stays alive again. So the 2 seniors coming up big here.
Yes, absolutely.
They don't want to go home. They don't want their softball careers to be over, right? So they're going to do everything they can here tonight. Change up. Oh, that gets in there for a strike. Yep. That one dropped right into the strike zone. Nothing you can really do about that. By the time it's there, it's like, oh, it's too late.
Yeah.
So Brown comes up with 2 outs and runners at the corners. That one's in there for a strike on the outside corner. So she walked and grounded out to short her 2 at-bats. There's a slap. That could be trouble. Brown's fast, and they're going to hold it. So Brown gets an RBI, gets Musselman across. She gets on, and that puts Rochester at 4 runs across. So with 2 down, Delaney Chips comes up to bat with runners at first and second. She fouls that one back for strike 1. Chips into shallow right, should be playable out there for out number 3. But the damage is done. The Zebras get 2 more runs across. They do leave 2, but after 4, they lead 4-0 over Lewis Cass. So we're going to come back with the top of the 5th in just a moment here on RTC TV4.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors.
Enyards True Value and Rental is your local one-stop shop for all of your home improvement and party rental needs. Let our friendly and knowledgeable staff help you with your next project or event. Enyards True Value and Rental of Rochester. Stay connected with the fastest internet speeds available with RTC Fiber Communications. Voice, data, and video connectivity for the 21st century. Local service, local support, local investment. Online at rtc1.com.
Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
All right, welcome back here. Starting off the top of the 5th, Kenzie Silcox up for the Kings. Rochester added 2 more in the bottom of the 4th, lead 4-0. You got an update from North Miami?
Yeah, from the 1A sectional at North Miami. Addie Harsh got out of a 2nd and 3rd inning jam, and Castron leads North Miami 1-0, bottom of the 4th.
Two balls, 1 strike here to Silcox. That one bounces across 3-1. Top of the 5th here, the Zebras tacked on 2. That's going to be foul. So they're going to call that a foul ball, strike 2. Zebras tacked on 2 in the bottom of the 4th. Have a 4-0 lead here over the Lewis Cass Kings, top of 5. Zebras are the home team, so they get the advantage of the last at-bats here this afternoon. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Silcox. A shot hard to, just above the head of Chips there at second. So Silcox is on with a single. Bringing up her sister, Caitlin Silcox. Brown misses on that, ball 1. There's a shot that's popped high in the air. Should be playable off the third base line, and it is for out number 1. Able to hold the runner at first. Good play over there at third base.
And Kaylee Williams is up, and she's walked both times.
She's been very patient tonight,
Yes.
making Macy throw her some good pitches, and been rewarded with 2 walks. And quickly down in the count, 2-0 here to Williams. There's a shot over to second. Not in time, and the throwing error, so Silcox is going to get up and go to third, and she's going to round, and she's going to score. Williams is going to go to second, so the Kings get on the board here in the top of the 5th on the throwing error. Hicks swings and misses on that one for strike 1. 1 out, 1 on here for the Kings.
And Hicks has struck out both times previously up to bat.
That one bounces across, 1 ball, 1 strike. Gets that one across, strike 2. Riley Holt on deck for the Kings. Change up, popped up, should be playable. And almost one of those everybody's staring at it and let it drop.
Yeah.
But
and you could actually see that ball just drift. It was so high in the air and the wind is so strong.
so with 2 down and 1 on, brings up Riley Holt for the Kings. That one's popped up and going to be out of play. Change up, pops that one back into the, no, it didn't hit the stands. So Brown gets ahead in the count 0-2 here to Holt. Trying to limit the damage here in the top of the 5th. Change up, over to Chips, over to first, in time for out number 3. So the Kings get 1 run on a throwing error, and after 4.5, it's Rochester 4 and Lewis Cass 1. We're going to take a break, come back with the bottom of 5 here in just a moment on RTC TV4.
This broadcast brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Enjoy the game with an ice-cold Coke. Locally owned and operated since 1907, Coca-Cola Bottling Company of Kokomo proudly supports 28 high schools in north central Indiana. Our starting lineup of brands are sure to keep you hydrated on the sidelines and at home. Coca-Cola Bottling Company of Kokomo. RTC TV4 thanks you for watching tonight's broadcast. Sponsorship and advertising opportunities are available, and free production is included with every sponsorship package. If you are seeing this, then your customers are seeing it too. RTC TV4. See for yourself. Please support the local sponsors who make this production possible.
Welcome back here to Oak Hill High School, where after 4.5, it's Rochester 4, Lewis Cass 1 here on RTC TV4. Steve Stricker with Ashley Moore. And Lewis Cass able to finally get one across, but they have left 9 runners on through 5 innings of batting for them. Just if my math is right, just a little under two runners left per inning. That's it's not going to win you many games.
Yeah. And actually, Brown has worked them out of the pickles they've been in most of the innings to keep those runners on the base and not get them across. So ended a couple innings on strikeouts.
Charlie Pocock leading things off here in the bottom of the 5th for the Zebras. Quickly, 3 balls, no strikes.
Pocock flew out to left field and walked.
Hicks gets that one in for strike 1. 3 balls, 1 strike here. Borges on deck for the Zebras. Got her swinging on that one. 3 balls, 2 strikes, full count. And Hicks comes back from 3-0, gets the strikeout. Brings up Allie Borges with 1 out, nobody on. Started off the scoring for the Zebras with the home run in the 1st. Would she do her 2nd time up? She flew out to left.
Yeah.
But she's been making solid contact all night long.
She has.
Just a matter of after that home run, she's just had a little trouble keeping it in foul territory.
Exactly.
But you can see the flag out there. It is blowing strongly from right to left. I'm still amazed at that home run. The fact that she drilled that into the wind the way she did. She's a strong girl, but that ball takes up a lot of, it picks up a lot of wind as it's going.
Absolutely.
There's a shot over the head in fair territory. So she's going to reach. She's going to stay at first base with a single. And that's going to bring up the senior Carly Beeler with 1 out and 1 on. Good night to be in the booth.
Absolutely.
Looking out there in the stands, there's a lot of blankets and hoods and hats and gloves and chilly folks in the stands tonight. There's a shot. It's going to get past the first baseman. And a single. So 2 singles in a row puts runners on 1st and 2nd with 1 down for Maya Musselman. So the Zebras getting some things cooking here in the bottom of the 5th. There's a little slap. That's going to be trouble. That's going to be down and left. 2 runs should score. Musselman rounds into 2nd. They're going to send her play at the plate. Not in time. 2-run RBI double for Musselman with 1 down.
That was a pretty hit, too.
Right in the gap, and it went over the left fielder's head. Nothing she could do about it. Brings up Carly Blackburn. Big swing. She wanted that one.
Yeah.
Rochester leads 6-1 now. They've put up 2 the last 2 innings. There's a that was basically a protection shot.
Yeah,
that was
it was.
tight inside. No balls, 2 strikes. Paxton Hicks on the in the rubber, or in the circle on the rubber for Lewis Cass for the 2nd inning. Zebra's able to put up 2 in the bottom of the 4th and 2 in the bottom of the 5th here so far against Hicks. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Blackburn. Musselman's going, and yeah, I think she thought that ball got away from Williams right there, and she was able to corral it. So out number 2, and 2 strikes here to Blackburn. And that's going to be out number 3, but the Zebras get 2 more here in the bottom of the 5th and lead Lewis Cass by a score of 6-1 after 5. We'll come back here with the top of the 6th in just a moment here on RTC TV4.
Smith Farm Stores has everything you need for your home and your farm, both inside and out. We are your local Steel, Skag, and Simplicity dealer, offering a full service center with a certified technician on site. Smith Farm Stores offers a wide variety of household appliances, including top brand refrigerators, washing machines, and dryers. We are also a full-service paint center, offering on-site color matching and more. Stop by today or check us out online. Smith Farm Stores, everything you need and more.
Hey, welcome back to Oak Hill High School. The Zebras doing what they need to do here tonight. They tacked on 2 more runs there in the bottom of 5th, and actually they look pretty good here through 5.
Yeah, they do. Brown's throwing the ball pretty well for the most part, and you know that she's gotten them out of a few pickles, and Cass just has had trouble getting them across the plate.
That's the biggest thing we've talked about. 9 runners left on base for Lewis Cass through 5 at-bats. So see what they do here. Top of the 6th, leading off J.C. Grimm.
And she grounded out to the pitcher and flew out to center field. So we've got her and then Cornell up on deck.
Brown misses on the first 2. So quickly down 3-0 in the count.
That's the announcer's curse right there. I talked about how well she's throwing the ball.
Gets that one on the inside corner. 3 balls, 1 strike here to Grimm. So we got a game going on. Wasn't sure if they were going to get that one in over at Winnemac Boone Grove, taking on North Judson in a sectional 34 matchup. Tim Gerhardt, Shea Caston over there with the call on that. Winnemac Warriors able to pick up the win last night.
Yeah.
They're going to advance. I think they play tomorrow night, I believe. Thursday?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. You looked at me like I was.
I think it's tomorrow.
Okay. I'll have to check the calendar there. We got a lot going on. We got softball sectionals tomorrow. The baseball sectionals kick off. Was that a foul? Foul ball? Okay. So Grimm stays alive there. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Another foul ball, so she's fighting them off, trying to stay alive here.
Winnemac Boone Grove would be a heck of a game if it happens. Boone Grove beat Winnemac in the sectional final last year. Went all the way to semi-state.
And that one misses inside, so it's going to be a leadoff walk for the Kings. Got a pinch hitter. It's going to be number 53, Savannah Sturdivant, a junior. Starts off with a foul ball, so strike 1 to Sturdivant. Sturdivant. That's what I'm going to go with. Okay. So who is she batting for?
Cornell.
Cornell. So the leadoff runner is on for the Kings. 1 ball, 1 strike here to Sturdivant. Just misses low. That was right across the plate. Must have been just a tad low. 2 balls, 1 strike. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Zebra's trying to find the first out here in the top of the 6th. Kings kind of getting down to it. There's a little popper over to short, and the runner went, and the out, the double play.
Nice double play.
I don't know what.
Heads-up play by the shortstop, and not really sure what the runner on first was thinking there.
I don't know. I mean, I understand you don't want to get hit into a double play, but she did by doing that, got hit into a double play. But you can see that was popped up right to short. There's a play over to short, over to first in time, and the Zebras get out with a runner on. They actually go 1, 2, 3. And after 5.5, the score stays Rochester 6 and Lewis Cass 1. We'll take a break. Come back for the bottom of the 6th here from Oak Hill High School in just a moment on RTC TV4.
This is Old You. And this is Now You.
5 wears his fire hat and coat in the wind.
Things change. Your insurance should too. Talk to an Indiana Farm Bureau insurance agent. And now you can stop knocking on wood.
All right, welcome back here to Oak Hill High School. We're actually getting set for the bottom of the 6th. Let me change that for you. The Lady Zebras tonight, Ash, they've been looking great.
Yeah, that last inning was all Charlie Pocock.
Right.
You turned that double play, or well,
yeah, it was
got
double
a double play,
yeah.
and then grounded. Next batter grounded out. So nice play there, and.
Well, the Zebras, they got one more at bat here, and then if they can get the Kings out of the top of the 7th, they get the W, and that'd be a good move here. Hopefully tomorrow night, they say it's supposed to warm up a little bit.
Yes.
So possibly that'd be the only game they've got here with the weather being the way it is. Game 2 here at Oak Hill is going to feature Manchester versus Whitco, and winner of this game will take on the winner of that game tomorrow night here at 5 p.m. And Wabash Oak Hill then play at 7. Yes. You got an update?
I do. From North Miami, bases were loaded, 2 outs, and North Miami's Allie Miller ties the game on a bloop RBI single off of Harsh's glove. So 1-1, top of the 6th for Caston and North Miami.
Top of the 6th, so they they may go into extras. Huh. So Caston. They've played well this year.
Yeah, I've been very impressed. I think I saw in maybe the newspaper or something, they won like just a handful of games last year. Now they're in the top of the HNAC.
Yeah.
So, upper half, I should say, of the HNAC.
Yeah. It doesn't hurt when you get a pitcher like Harsh that transfers down there. So they've been pretty good with that. So that'll be interesting to see how that goes. Yeah. The winner of that will take on the winner of Pioneer and
North White.
North White, which all likelihood will be Pioneer.
Yes.
So congratulations, you won a game. You get to go play Pioneer.
Yeah. Yeah, we talked before this game. Pioneer's going to be a tough out.
Oh, yeah.
So.
They'll be a tough out at all levels.
Yes.
Of course, defending 1A state champion and got a really good shot to go back. So. It'll be interesting to see how far they actually do go.
Yeah.
All right, here starting off the bottom of the 6th. Borges, right? Hughes. Oh, Catherine Hughes. And her bunt attempt just goes foul. Strike 1. Hughes and Borges both fairly tall, so it kind of threw me off. I couldn't see the back. Borges does have a little more blonde hair, and Hughes is kind of a brown. Shows bunt, pulls back, tries to swing. That's the toughest thing to do as a batter.
Yes, absolutely.
Because your whole motion, your whole rhythm, everything is completely thrown off. Your timing is off. Got an update from Winnemac. That was fouled back. Boone Grove 1, North Judson 0 in the top of the second.
And I've got another update. North Miami's now up 3-1 on Caston.
3-1. Okay. There's a shot. That's going to find the gap.
Nice hit.
Hughes is going to be on with a leadoff single for the Zebras. Brings Overmeyer to the plate.
2 strikeouts for Overmeyer in her first 2 at-bats.
So she's due for something
Yes.
here in the bottom of the 6th. Shows bunt, and that's going to be a strike. So 1 on, nobody out here in the bottom of the 6th for Ashley Overmeyer. Well, she misses on that for strike 2, so she's going to be swinging away here with 2 strikes. That one's fouled back out of play.
Games at Triton were rained out tonight.
Triton was rained out. Culver was playing, was supposed to play West Central in game 1 over there. There's a change-up, and Overmeyer able to keep that one. Stays alive.
Won their first sectional game in 13 years last night.
First game in 13 years.
Darkest.
And Overmeyer is going to go down swinging here for out number 1. Back up to Brown with 1 out, 1 on. That one outside, ball 1.
Caston's not bad. They have no seniors, so they're really young. Harsh, the pitcher, was at Rochester last year, transferred to Caston. She's the pitcher. She's Caston's pitcher.
So 2-0 here for Brown with 1 down and 1 on. Bottom of the 6th. Zebras leading 6-1. Brown's walked once already this afternoon, right? Led off the game with a walk.
She walked, and then she grounded out to shortstop, and then had a base hit to shortstop.
So Coach Musselman, he smiles, all smiles over there right now. He was talking with Brown. The thing about Brown, you know, not only is she a great athlete, but she's just a smart kid. And she'd just as soon get a walk as anything right there. She gets on. So 2 on for Chips with only 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th.
She walked and flew out her first 2 times at bat. It'd be nice to tack on a couple of insurance runs.
There's a little blooper back to the pitcher. She's going to try and go over to third. So the fielder's choice gets the lead runner out at third. So 2 outs here for Pocock with runners at first and second for the Zebras. Gets that one across for strike 1. I was kind of questioning that decision to go over to third. I didn't think that she would be able to get that there in time, but She was able to get Hughes out at third. That one's going to be blooped up, should be caught, and out number 3. So the Zebras leave 2 on. And down to the last 3 opportunities here for Lewis Cass, trailing 6-1 after 6. Come back with the top of the 7th here from Oak Hill High School on RTC TV4 in just a moment.
RTC cable subscribers. Now you can watch your favorite cable networks wherever you are on your phone, tablet, or computer. Just log on to www.watchtveverywhere.com. Enter your RTC account information and sign up to watch TV everywhere. Live sports, videos on demand, and more, all for free with your RTC cable subscription. Watch TV everywhere. Another great service from RTC.
All right, welcome back here to Oak Hill High School. Steve Stricker, Ashley Moore with you this afternoon, and the Lady Kings down. Where are we at for them? Top of the order?
Yes.
Hannah Young. She pops the first pitch. That's going to be foul territory and out of play for the Lady Zebras. Unable to get over there, so strike 1. So Lewis Cass down to their last 3 outs here, trailing 6-1 in the top of the 7th. Zebras trying to finish this one off. Brown has gone the entire way in the circle for the Zebras. Winner of this game takes on the winner of game 2, which is going to be Manchester versus Whitco. Two balls, 1 strike for Young. Is that Young or Dormer? I've got a...
It's Young. They look very similar, though. I'm pretty sure.
Well, I got... that one's going to drop in right or left center, and the Zebra's trying to find it there, and it's going to be a double. I think that's Maddie.
Or I just completely lied. That is Dormer. And this is number 16, Kinsey Silcox.
Okay, that's all right. We'll let you slide on that one. So
not really sure what Hannah Young did, but must have gotten out last inning.
Val says she made the last out. Grounded to short. That was the one that grounded to short.
Ah.
Yeah. So Silcox takes ball 1. So a little track stance there at second. That one's fouled back into the netting. Top of. One ball, 2 strikes now here to Silcox. It is the top of the 7th, not the top of the 1st. I apologize for that. Change up, and that one's drilled. That one is deep, and that one is gone. Silcox with a 2-run shot for Lewis Cass. Cuts the lead to 6-3. So with one swing of the bat, Silcox.
Yeah.
They're not done yet here, and her sister is up to bat.
And it looks like it's starting to rain now, too.
Shot to short, over to first. Not in time. So still going here. So things are getting interesting here. Still trying to find the first out here in the top of the 7th. And the weather's turning a little bit here as the wind is really picking up and the rain is starting to come down. And that one's going to be shot foul, out of play for strike one. And that one's going to be foul. The changeup got her. 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Williams. They're trying to get a ball from the outfield there. So 1 ball, 2 strikes here. Williams with 1 on. Still nobody out here in the top of the 7th. Brown misses low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Zebras trying to wrap this one up here, but Lewis Cass has got a little bit something to say about it. Williams gets the count full after being down 1-2.
And Williams has been very patient at the plate, has drawn 2 walks.
So full count here for Williams. There's a shot over to third. Looked at second. Hughes, and the throw pulls her off of the bag. So not able to get the out. And that brings up Hicks now with still no outs. And looks like, are we going to have a, oh, it's just a conference. All right. So Coach Musselman talking things over here with the girls.
Yeah.
Still no outs here in the top of the 7th. Runners on first and second. And Paxton Hicks getting ready to come to the plate for the Kings. Got 4 errors on the board for the Zebras. Yeah. So the tying run is at the plate for the Kings. They led 6-1 coming into this top of the 7th. Rain looks like it's coming down a little harder now.
Yeah.
Really, really glad that we're inside.
Yes, absolutely.
Not sure the conversation here just off the screen with Coach Musselman and the umpire. They may be saying that the number of plate visits that they've had. Not sure. They may be saying they got to change pitchers.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Being up here, we can't hear anything. All I got was he kept holding up 3 fingers. So.
Okay, well, all that, and then we're going to stick here. So Brown's going to remain in the circle for the Zebras with Hicks up and nobody out here in the top of the 7th. Hicks represents the tying run for the Kings. She lays down a bunt. Over to first.
Got her.
Nice stretch there by Chips. She doesn't have much to stretch.
No, she doesn't.
She stretched everything that she had, but that does push the runners over. but they do get the all-important first out. And Hicks goes down. That's going to bring up, that doesn't look like Holt. Is that Holt? Swing and a miss. That's definitely not Holt.
No.
It's kind of hard with the sweatshirts on
Yes.
with the no numbers. 19. They're saying it's Deshaun, so we'll go with that. And swing and a miss, 1 ball, 2 strikes. So if they get this out here, the pressure definitely, even with
Absolutely.
the 2 runners on, definitely shifts back over to Lewis Cass. 2 balls, 2 strikes. But if they get this runner on, then the pressure's, double on Rochester at that point. So this is a big out here for the Zebras. So count goes full here. 3 balls, 2 strikes to, we believe, Deshaun. Swing, shot over to third. Hold the runner. Play over to first. Oh, it's thrown away. They're going to say dead ball. They're going to give 2 runs in. Runner is at second as the ball went out of play. So that's big for the Kings.
Yes.
2 runs come across, and they're back within 1 tying run on second. And the lead run is at the plate now for the Kings with still just 1 down. Going to bring up Brandon Spencer. I think this is her first plate appearance. First one is fouled back, strike 1. So the Kings putting up a huge fight here in the top of the 7th. 4 runs across, 1 on the second. Gets that one in for a strike. So Rochester's still in good shape, but they got to get this out. That one's fouled back. So Spencer able to stay alive with no balls, 2 strikes. And there's the strikeout. That is huge for the Zebras.
Definitely needed that.
So 2 down for Cornell.
Cornell's had 2 infield pop-ups and a strikeout.
There's a shot to second. Should be playable over to first. And the Zebras win. Wow. What a top of the 7th. They wanted to give everybody a little coronary there going away, but the Zebras able to get the final out. And they get the win by a final score of 6-5.
Yes.
Woo. They made it interesting there in the 7th. Cass able to get 4 crossed. So the 2 teams here will leave it on the field as they shake hands. And I feel bad for Manchester and Whitco. The weather is just getting a little bit worse here every minute. And they got done just in time here with game number 1. So the Zebras win 6-5 here against Lewis Cass, and they'll advance to the 2nd round, taking on the winner of game number 2 between Manchester and Whitco. That game will be tomorrow night at 5 p.m. So looks like we're going to be back down here tomorrow. Good things. So the Rochester baseball team will just have to wait. They'll have to win tomorrow against Wabash, and then we'll get them in their 2nd round game. So appreciate everybody for tuning in. Ashley, appreciate you coming over here.
Thanks for having me. It's been fun.
It was an
We'll
exciting.
do it again tomorrow.
Yeah, it was an exciting game here. We'll see what happens. both of these teams, Manchester and Whitco, very beatable.
Yeah.
The Zebras just beat Manchester last week, and they beat Whitco earlier in the year.
Yeah.
So very beatable games, possibly tomorrow. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
As you can see in the top of the 7th, anything can happen.
Absolutely. Anything can happen.
So we appreciate everybody for tuning in tonight. We appreciate Scott Sager back in the office running tech for us. Going to say goodnight here from Oak Hill High School, where the Lady Zebras get it done. Final score 6-5 over the Kings. They advance to the game tomorrow night at 5. For Ashley Moore, Steve Stricker saying goodnight here from Oak Hill High School.